Olá, espaçonauta! Pessoal, estamos no clima aí de ir para a Lua mesmo, né? Ontem a gente começou falando para vocês aí sobre a missão Hakuto-R M2, que é a resiliência, não é isso mesmo? E aí, o nosso grande amigo lá de Portugal, o Alfredo Lopes Morais, mandou hoje um vídeo de uma conferência de imprensa da Ispace explicando alguns detalhes aqui sobre a Hakuto-R. É muito interessante aqui, porque aqui eles estão falando de quando ela será lançada, do estágio aí de evolução do lander e dos locais aí da zone landing, que é o local de pouso planejado aí para essa missão. Então eles vão detalhar mais isso aí. Vale a pena ver, viu, galera? Quem acompanhou com a gente aí missões aí, como o caso da Slink, viu as traduções aí, vale muito a pena para a gente entender no âmbito aí da missão tudo que está rolando, tá bom? Mais uma vez agradecer ao Alfredo aqui, abnegado, grande amigo, que está aí fazendo para a gente esse trabalho de forma gratuita e voluntária, viu, Alfredo? Muito obrigado. E vocês aí, galera, né, mandar aquele salve para o Alfredo, né? Porque o Alfredo é, de fato, um grande colaborador do canal e colabora e contribui com a divulgação científica aqui, né? E muito legal que o Alfredo, em vez de fazer isso lá em Portugal, ele faz isso aqui no Brasil, porque ele é apaixonado pelo Brasil. Então, né, vamos mandar aquele salve para o Alfredo aí, não é isso? Então vamos lá ver o vídeo, que tá muito bacana. Assiste ele todo, hein?
皆様、本日はお忙しい中お集まりありがとうございました。
Thank you all for taking the time out of your busy schedule to join us today. My name is David Vega of Ispace Inc., and I'll be moderating today's press conference.
どうぞよろしくお願いいたします。 また
We'll also like to thank all of the media who were unfortunately unable to make it to the venue today, but were able to join us online. After the press conference, a 15-minute Q&A session will be held, with priority given to you. Please send us your questions in the Zoom chat box with the name of your media outlet and your name. We will select the questions and answer them in order. We look forward to having you with us through to the end of the session. In addition, the PR department will send you the images of the actual resilience lander and the video projected at today's press conference, along with the link to download them when the press release is distributed at 2 p.m. today. Please utilize them. Thank you very much for your patience. We will now present Ispace's commercial lunar exploration program, Hakuto-R Mission 2 Update on Resilience Lunar Lander. We, Ispace, are a space startup company expanding the sphere of human life into space and create a sustainable world. First of all, we would like to introduce our business by showing you our newly created vision movie.
Ispace is going to the moon because we have a real purpose, something we have to create. We contribute to the groundwork of humanity's future by creating a sustainable, growing presence and infrastructure in space. The cislunar economy. Utilizing water resources on the moon is essential to expand human activity in cislunar space and benefit life on Earth in a sustainable way. Ispace is at the forefront of exploring and utilizing this precious resource. Ispace provides the most comprehensive lunar transportation service on the market, transporting and operating payloads in lunar orbit and on the surface. we are laying the groundwork for human presence on the moon. Offering services around water resources, energy, communication, and data about the lunar environment to commercial customers, as well as governments and academic institutions. Ispace offers an entry point for innovative technologies to be verified and operated on the moon. We are able to iterate quickly, finding the most cost-effective solutions for the unique obstacles of the moon. Ispace makes possible what has previously not been possible. We pave the way towards an economic system that can not only sustain lunar development, but also return value to humanity and Earth. We are committed to secure humanity's future on Earth and beyond. And so we invite you to join this new cislunar ecosystem. Join us on our lunar quest. Expand our planet, expand our future for all humankind.
I would now like to introduce today's speakers one by one. First, CEO and founder, Ispace Inc., Takeshi Hakamada. Then, our guest speaker from Jaxa, Mr. Noriyasu Inaba. Then, Ispace CTO, Ryo Ujiie. Lastly, Assembly Manager of the Landers Integration and Testing Department, Scott Moon. Thank you. We will continue with today's presentation. First, CEO Hakamada would like to greet you and give a brief overview of the commercial lunar exploration program Hakuto-R Mission 2. Next, Mr. Noriyasu Inaba, Executive Director of Jaxa, who has been invited as a guest speaker today, will address the audience. After that, CTO Ujiie will talk about the Mission 2 supporting company and payload customer, followed by the progress of the resilience lander development and the planned landing site. Finally, we will announce the use of the Jaxa tracking network service and the timing of the Mission 2 launch. First of all, I would like to start with our company representative's greeting. Please, CEO Hakamada. Good morning, everyone. I'm Hakamada, representative and CEO of Ispace. Thank you all for attending today's press conference on Hakuto-R Mission 2 in the heat of the day. The development of the resilience lander, which is scheduled for launch on Mission 2, is now reaching its climax, and we're excited to realize that we're finally approaching our second attempt to go to the moon. Our vision for Ispace is expand our planet, expand our future, expand the sphere of human life into space, and create a sustainable world. We're active in Japan, Luxembourg, and the USA, and currently have approximately 300 staff members. While leveraging the capabilities and diversity of each region, we have been promoting space development as one integrated global company. Currently, development of three lander models with different specifications is underway in Japan and the US, and development of a rover is underway in Luxembourg, Europe, at the same time. In 2018, Hakuto-R was launched as the first ever private lunar exploration program to orbit and land on the moon. We were the first private company at the time to contract with SpaceX for multiple lunar missions, and we are developing our own lander and rover to lead a new era of space exploration. Then, in 2022, Mission 1, which we were fully ready for under the watchful eyes of many shareholders, stakeholders, employees, family members, and supporters, was unfortunately unable to achieve the planned soft landing due to an altitude recognition error of the lander. But 8 of the 10 predefined milestones were successfully completed, and through extended deep space travel, the lander was able to control its attitude till the last moment prior to landing, allowing us to demonstrate the technical reliability of the hardware we developed. In addition, we sincerely addressed the issues identified and spared no effort to improve and have not stopped moving forward until today. This perseverance and indomitable spirit are the very essence behind the names we gave to the lander and the micro-rover, Resilience and Tenacious. This winter, we're going on another mission with our lander, Resilience, and rover, Tenacious. We have put together a video of what kind of mission we will be taking on, so please watch it with us. This Resilience lander will start ground testing of the structural thermal model at Jaxa's Tsukuba Space Center in Tsukuba, Japan from 2023. And from May of this year, various ground tests, including thermal vacuum tests and vibration tests using the flight model, will be conducted. Jaxa has provided us with a final assembly facility for the tests, as well as a large test facility, that simulates the special environment of space to demonstrate that the vehicle can be operated without any problems. They have given us tremendous support and cooperation in realizing our mission too. Today, we have Mr. Noriyasu Inaba, Jaxa Executive Director, here with us, and I'd like to ask him to say a few words. Please, Mr. Inaba. Thank you for the introduction, Mr. Hakamada. My name is Inaba from Jaxa. In Jaxa, I am in charge of environmental testing of space vehicles. Today is a space day, and I congratulate you on holding this press conference on Mission 2 of Hakuto-R. With Mission 1 in 2023, I was watching the live broadcast. I was very nervous as well watching it. You were almost reaching the goal. And I also heard Mr. Hakamada talk about the summary of the mission. And as a team, all of you made a rigorous attempt to explain everything that happened. And I was moved watching that as well. As Mr. Hakamada explained, within Mission 2, Ispace is going to utilize our environmental testing facility at Jaxa. Our facility will be of use to Ispace for Mission 2 and beyond. If that's the case, that will be most delightful for us as well. Taking this opportunity, I would like to explain what we do for the environmental testing at Jaxa. So at Tsukuba Space Center, that was opened in 1971 as the center to develop manned space exploration programs. We have done so many activities, and we do have environmental testing facility here, and that's not only used for environmental testing, but after the integration of Jaxa in a few years, it'll also be used by other private sector players as well. And Ispace is utilizing or leveraging that system that we are launching. So, as I mentioned, if our facility can contribute to the success of Mission 2 by Ispace and beyond, we'll be very honored. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Inaba. Please be seated. We will now continue with the presentation of the last payload customer and newly joined supporting company on Mission 2. Mr. Hakamada, please. When the kickoff press conference for Mission 2 was held last November, we have reported that the upper payload bay of the lander will carry 5 payloads. One of these is a micro-rover for lunar exploration missions, designed, assembled, and completed independently by Ispace's European subsidiary. Today, we're pleased to announce the final payload customer to be carried on the tenacious rover and transported to the moon's surface. The payload to be carried on the tenacious rover in Mission 2 is a project called Moon House. Swedish-based artist Mikael Gemberg's Moon House project aims to build a small Swedish-style red house on the moon, framed in white. The project, which Mikael has envisioned for a long time, is expected to finally come to fruition after meeting with Ispace. This moon house measures approximately 110 millimeters in width, 86 millimeters in height, and 64 millimeters in depth. After receiving the moon house in Luxembourg, engineers fixed a small red house, or the small red house, in front of Tenacious. The moon house and Tenacious were then transported to Japan, where they were safely stored in the payload bay of Resilience, which was awaiting their arrival in Tsukuba. As you have just seen, the moon house will land on the moon with the rover. In addition, we have signed a new agreement with Tokyo Keiki as a supporting company for the Hakuto-R program. Tokyo Keiki was founded in the Meiji era as Japan's first instrument manufacturer and is currently a B2B company that supports social infrastructure in both private and public sector businesses with a wide range of business fields. They provide products that contribute to the safety and security of ships and ports, industrial machinery, construction machinery, water supply, and sewage systems, defense, and railroads. In the space business, they have been working on satellite assembly projects and collaborating with companies that develop satellite components. In the future, they plan to collaborate with Ispace on the development of space equipment. As for the landing site of our lander, in order to maximize the service we can provide to our payload customers, and for Tenacious to take on a lunar driving mission, we have been carefully examining it. For more details, let's hear from CTO Ujiie based on the development progress of the lander. Please, Mr. Ujiie. Everyone, I am Ujiie, CTO of Ispace. Thank you for coming all the way here today. First of all, as Mr. Hakamada mentioned, I would like to talk about the development progress of Resilience lander. As was mentioned by Mr. Hakamada, starting in 2023, STM, a model for structural and thermal design validation, has been used to conduct various geotechnical tests here at Tsukuba Center. And in May, immediately after the Mission 1 landing attempt preparation and assembly for the final test began in May 2023. So since May of this year, we have been successfully completing environmental tests and simulated the space environment, including a thermal vacuum test and vibration test using actual equipment. Here's a video summarizing the process. So this is Scott that was introduced earlier. AIT members, very multinational members in AIT working on this. As you can see, there are many different equipment and very well considered from the perspective structure. And this is where the propulsion system is being assembled. This is the biggest thruster, and the ones with the red caps, we have 6 of them, and those are used for attitude control and for landing as well. And also, we do have 4 propellant storage tanks mounted on the bottom of the structure. We have 4 of them. Upper side of the lander, we have also pressurizing tanks for the thruster as well. And this is the tenacious rover that was mentioned earlier. So after completing standalone environmental testing in Europe, Tenacious was transported to Japan in August, mounted on the lander at the Tsukuba Center, Space Center, in the payload bay. The deployment mechanism is very unique, and the deployment mechanism testing has already been done at the Tsukuba Space Center as well. And this is regarding the landing legs, the lander. For landing, we have legs installed on the lander. Currently, the legs are folded when they are mounted on the lander. They're folded, but after immediately after separation from the launch vehicle, they will be deployed, and they will help the rocket or the space vehicle to maintain the stable attitude. And they also went through several testing, including thermal testing and various in space and vibration. Is being the lander is currently so it's in the plans to conduct in which on the lunar surface. And I would like to announce in the rigorous, the Sea of Code. 60.5 degrees, 5 degrees north latitude, degrees west longitude. The site by verifying without being affected terrain. So I mean for the development progress was mentioned by we could say after caught and create again. Have our own engineers. Our passion. Thank you, Mr. Before we move on, I'm sure you're all Mr. Yes, of course. Closely with SpaceX on the launch timing of Hakuto-R. We will use for tracking networks, ensure communication and the Earth after separation from the launch vehicle. Thank you very much, Mr. Inaba, for your cooperation as Jaxa on this matter as well. We have been telling you that it would be in the winter of 2024, but now we're finally able to announce a more specific date. I will now make an announcement. Mission 2 will proceed with final preparations with a launch date set for no earlier than December 2024. Because our experience on Mission 1, Ispace was united in its pledge to reinvigorate and kept moving forward without stopping. In about 3 months from now, just as in Mission 1, we'll begin our second attempt at lunar landing when the Resilience lander is launched from Cape Canaveral, Florida, on SpaceX's Falcon 9. We will continue to communicate our challenges to everyone in Japan and around the world. Please stay tuned. Thank you very much, Mr. Hakamada. We look forward to the day when we welcome the launch of Resilience to the moon together with you in as early as December 2024. This concludes today's press conference. And we would like to thank everyone who has viewed us via YouTube.
Show de bola, não é mesmo, galera? Hoje ó, já vou falar para vocês o seguinte: usa o pacotão youtubístico de tudo quanto é jeito. Nós precisamos de atingir os 50 mil inscritos. Estão lembrando disso, né? Precisa de inscrever, gente. Precisa de curtir, precisa de compartilhar, né? Precisa de comentar. Então vamos lá. Vamos usar aí o pacotão youtubístico para o YouTube entregar esse vídeo cada vez a mais pessoas. E agora escuta esse recadinho. Esse aqui é show de bola. Escuta aí. É o seguinte, galera. Tudo que você sempre quis saber sobre astronomia por um preço que parece impossível. Isso mesmo, um conteúdo que vale mais de R$500 está disponível para você aqui no canal, por apenas R$9. E não é mágica não, é isso mesmo. Para acessar o universo do conhecimento científico que você não vai encontrar em nenhum canal aberto, junte-se à Nerd aos 50 Astronomia Espaçonautas VIP e descubra uma comunidade exclusiva, onde o amor pela ciência encontra conteúdo de alto nível. Aproveite a chance de explorar os mistérios do cosmos com quem entende do assunto, sem gastar uma fortuna. Chegou a hora de mergulhar na astronomia de verdade. Por menos de um café por mês você terá. Grupo VIP no WhatsApp. Envolva-se em discussões fascinantes e tire suas dúvidas com outros entusiastas e especialistas. Vídeos sem censura, sem comerciais. Aprofunde-se em conceitos científicos sem interrupções e aproveite áudios originais que o YouTube não permitiria. Biblioteca completa de livros em PDF. Tenha em mãos os títulos mais importantes da astronomia para expandir os seus conhecimentos. Lives exclusivas com cientistas renomados. Fique por dentro das últimas descobertas e tendências da astronomia participando de conversas ao vivo com profissionais do ramo. Cobertura de missões espaciais e lançamentos de foguetes. Assista aos eventos que moldam o futuro da exploração espacial, com a cobertura de quem realmente entende do assunto. Sorteios e brindes. Participe de sorteios mensais e concorra a itens incríveis para a sua coleção. Esse é o passaporte para o universo sem precisar gastar mais uma fortuna. Não deixe essa oportunidade escapar, pessoal. Seja um membro espaçonauta VIP e tenha acesso ao melhor conteúdo de astronomia por apenas R$ 9,90 por mês. É por tempo limitado. Junte-se agora à comunidade que está transformando o modo como exploramos o cosmos. Clique no link que está na descrição e no comentário fixado aqui desse vídeo para garantir a sua vaga e comece a explorar hoje mesmo o universo. Bacana demais, não é mesmo? Estou te aguardando. Clica no link que está aqui embaixo para você entender o que é essa bagaça aí. Vem para cá ser espaçonauta de carteirinha VIP.